Valley Kids, it's Mrs. Walker, and welcome to our very first Wednesday devotion for kids. So this is just for you, and we are going to have a little bit of singing. We have a couple of little props, and I have a balloon. So you're going to have to wait and see what I do with all of that stuff. So a lot of our time on Sunday, if you were able to join us for Discovery Land at home, and parents, if you did not get the links, please let me know. I want to get that to you as soon as I can. So we'll be sending that information out to you pretty much every Saturday, so you're ready to roll by Sunday to do Discovery Land with your kids. So Sundays focus a lot on our know right and our think right. So I just want to review that really quick. So our know right was a big bunch of our time studying the story of Jesus and how he raised his friend Lazarus from the dead. And our think right was Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Now, that is a verse that we sing all the time downstairs in Discovery Land. And that's one of those verses that we call our DL Top 12, one of our Discovery Land Top 12 verses. Because this verse is one of those verses that can help us when maybe we're scared or sad, even when we're happy. And so let's review that verse, and we always sing it, so we're going to sing it here. And if you know the motions, I want you to do the motions with me. If you don't know the motions, then I just want you to learn them as we're doing this video, and then hopefully you'll get the motions down too. All right, to begin, we make the letter L with our thumb and our index finger, and we're going to shoot it up to the sky for Lord. Okay, here we go. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. All right, good job. Hopefully you remember that from Discovery Land. We sing it at Awana too, so hopefully that verse is one that you're getting to know really well. So in that verse, we talked about trust. Trust in the Lord. So what does the word trust mean? So we're going to use a balloon to demonstrate what trust means. You ready? All right, so here's my balloon, and I am going to put some air into this balloon. So you got to hold on for a second while I blow up the balloon. Okay, ready? There we go. Okay, so we have a balloon, and this balloon is holding air. And I am trusting that when I blew into the balloon, it held my air. And is it working? Absolutely. So trust in God is having our confidence in God, that he will meet all our needs. Just like I have confidence right now that this balloon is holding my air, God holds us, and we can trust that he meets all our needs. Now, the other thing it means to trust in God is we know that he keeps his promises. Always. Even if maybe we don't understand them and what's happening around us, we do know that God keeps his promises. So right now, as I'm looking at this balloon, I'm hoping that this balloon is holding my air. But with God, I don't really have to hope that he's got all my needs. I get to know that he's got all my needs. So that is a wonderful thing. And then we always know that God's ways are right. So to trust in God means that we have confidence that he will do what he says, that he always keeps his promises. We have confidence that he will always meet our needs, and we have confidence to know that his ways are always right. Now, I don't need this balloon anymore, so we need to make it go away, but we're going to make it fun. I'm going to have you help me count down. I'm going to put it on the floor, and we're going to launch it, okay? So we're going to count down from 5. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah! Oh, there it goes. It went all the way across the room. I know you couldn't see it, but it shot all the way across at the end. Thanks for helping me count. Okay, so let's review a little bit about our Discovery Land lesson that we had on Sunday. So you may not have known the teacher. The teaching is done by Appleton Alliance, who writes our Discovery Land curriculum, and they are busy all week long creating this material for us churches and parents to use at home for you guys on Sundays. So I just want to review just a little bit of the lesson because it really does clue into trusting God with all these different emotions that we have right now. So to begin, we had a man named Lazarus. Now, here is my Lazarus. I'll get him nice and close to the camera. Say, hi, Lazarus. All right. So Lazarus is not doing well. He is sick, and he doesn't feel really well. And so his sisters are very scared about this. Now, I just have one sister here for our story, but she's a little bit scared about what's going to happen to her brother. But she says, I know who can help. Jesus can help. So she sends a message out to Jesus, who's in a different town. And Jesus, Jesus gets the message. But Jesus does something very interesting. He doesn't pick up his stuff and run and go to Lazarus right away. He stays put for 2 days. He doesn't go to Lazarus right away, which is very interesting. Now, when Jesus does come finally to Lazarus, he had died. So this is part of the sad part of our story. His sisters are crying, and lots of people are crying, and they're so sad. But Jesus does something amazing. Jesus brings Lazarus back from the dead. And you might remember this part of the story because this is the amazing part of the story. He says, Lazarus, come forth. And Lazarus wakes up and he is alive again. And everybody is celebrating and they're happy. So we have lots of feelings going on in our story right now. We had scared, we had sadness. Now we have people happy and celebrating. And amidst all of it, we have Jesus at the center of our story, knowing that he is constant all the time and that we can always trust him. So let's talk about what it means to trust God in the good times, in the bad times, and maybe when we're a little scared. So let's talk about some good times. So some good times would be, let's say you got a new puppy. That would be a very good time. Or a new kitten. You guys know I love my kitties. So if you got a new kitten, that would be a fun time. Let's say you decided to make chocolate chip cookies and they're right out of the oven with a glass of milk. That is a good time. Chocolate chip cookies right out of the oven, always delicious. Or maybe you took part in the sidewalk challenge yesterday where we did sidewalk chalk, and we made an obstacle course all across the sidewalk for our families to do and anybody else who walks by. That would be another good time. So those are times that we can trust in Jesus, even though we maybe don't think about it so much because we're so happy. But Jesus is always there, and we can always trust him with that. Now, let's talk about maybe some sad things. Let's say maybe while we were running outside, we fell and hurt our knee, and we cried and we needed a Band-Aid. That's not a good thing. That's when we could maybe be sad. Or let's say that, oh, you made the cookies, but you burnt the cookies. I've done that before, where you burnt the cookies, and no, not so good. And that's kind of sad, and you'll just kind of eat it because you know it's a cookie and it should be good, but it's just not good. Yeah, that's not a happy time either. Or maybe if somebody is sick, somebody doesn't feel well, that's a bad time too. But can we trust Jesus in that time? Absolutely, yes we can. Let's talk about scared times. I know a lot of kids are scared of thunderstorms, so when thunderstorms come through and we could be scared, or maybe not, some of us are not going to school anymore. We used to go to school and now we're home, and we don't know when we get to go back to school and when that's going to happen, and sometimes not knowing what tomorrow is, sometimes that makes us scared too. But who can we go to when we're feeling that scared? We go to Jesus, and he just keeps us safe. Now, if you don't know what to pray when you're scared, it's a pretty easy prayer. It says, Jesus, help me. If you're sad, you can just say, Jesus, I'm sad. You don't have to do a big prayer. You can just talk to Jesus. And that's what praying is. Praying is just talking to God. And so we can do that anytime, depending if we're happy. Thank you, Jesus. I got cookies today. Or I'm feeling a little sad today, Jesus. I fell and hurt my knee. So you can talk to him about anything. And that is where that trust comes into play. Know that Jesus has got it covered. We have confidence that he'll always meet our needs. He always keeps his promises, and his ways are always right. God doesn't change ever. And this is a wonderful thing. Okay, let's say our Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6 verse again. And then I think we might have to let the balloon go one more time just for fun to end our time together. All right, you ready? We're going to start with the letter L. So Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Good job, you guys. Keep practicing that verse, especially if you're feeling sad or scared or even happy. Practice that verse. It's a good one, and that's one we really want to get down deep into our hearts, and we can pull that out whenever we need it. Now, like I said before, my plan is to be with you every Wednesday. This Friday, I am going to be reading a book, so I will be doing a video again for Friday, and Thursday will be another family challenge project. I got a whole list of them. I just got to figure out what I want to do for tomorrow, so I will get that up as well. So my plan is always to have those posts up at 9 o'clock in the morning, so you can do this devotion whenever you want, and you can do these activities with your kids whenever it fits your guys' schedule. And please don't feel like you have to do all the activities. If you just want to do the ones that look really fun, just do those. But I'm here. And so I am here just to bring our kids together and to keep them connected and to keep all of our families connected. All right, let me grab my balloon. I promised we would end with a balloon. Let me go grab it. All right, you ready? All right, we're going to trust in God, just like we know that this balloon will hold air until I let it go. But God never lets go, and God will always hold true to his promises. All right, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye, River Valley kids. I'll see you next time.